every once in a while, we can agree with some of the people on the left. There's been many examples of some of the shows I've seen here online where we actually agree. We know that our government here in the United States is absolutely corrupt. Both sides agree with that. And when I say both sides, I'm talking about we the people. All right, we the people are not stupid. They really want us to believe that most people are stupid, but they're not. They're not. We know that fishy things are going on in our government, in our Congress, in our Senate, in our House. But I think that when we can agree that we pointed out, nobody likes to have their money stolen away by the government. We know the big corporations are running the show. We know that the lobbyists are sending or the big corporations are sending lobbyists in. We know how that all works. We know who's giving the money where, and they're buying their way in, basically. And we the people don't have a voice, for the most part. All right, they can count us out whenever they like. We've witnessed this so many times. They're sending our money every which way, and we absolutely have no control over it. All right, and they wonder why people fight to not pay so many taxes. It's because of the things that they're using our money for. So this episode of TYT is going to get into a little bit of that. Anna Kasparian and Chink Yuger, they're going to talk a little bit about the same thing I'm saying, is that our government has been corrupt for a very long time, and we the people have been letting them get away with it. We pay them. So we're going to jump right into this, and I'm just going to react to some of the things that they're saying because I do agree with most of it, and I believe that we have common ground.
I have to get something off my chest. It's been on my mind since yesterday. Can I get it off my chest? You ready? He has no idea what's coming. Okay.
No, I don't.
Yesterday we did a story about what would happen if Trump gets elected and he further extends tax cuts for the rich, right? Now, it is an injustice that ordinary, hardworking Americans have a higher percentage of their income taxed compared to literal billionaires in the country, okay? I get that conservatives like to focus on the dollar amount. No, the dollar amount is much more when it comes to extremely wealthy people. But obviously, percentage-wise, okay, the higher taxes on low-income people or lower-income people has more of an impact on their lives and their livelihood, okay? So I still stand by what we said, but I've gotten to a point where I don't trust government, Cenk. Whether it's a Democrat in charge or a Republican in charge, I don't trust government. So in that...
Most people don't, Anna. Most people don't trust government. We have no reason to trust the government. Biden's funded both sides of the war, okay? He's giving money to the Iranians, and we give money to Israel every year. About $2.7 billion for them to build weapons, for them to fight each other. This is coming out of the taxpayers' paychecks. You know how much of a kick in the face that is? Nobody trusts the government. Okay? Nobody. This is why the uprising is coming. This is why the conservatives and the liberals and the Democrats and the progressives are all going to agree on this. No one should control our dollar. No one should have this much control over our well-being. And we've let it go for too long.
Analysis that we did and talked about, one of the tax breaks that came with Trump's tax cuts for the rich, if he extends it, it would lead to $700 billion in lost revenue for the federal government.
Yes, that sounds great to me. Whenever the government loses, the people gain, okay? Why? Because they're always stealing our money, quite literally, okay? Doing things with our money that we would never agree to. Passing bills that we don't even know what's in the bill, okay? The members of Congress don't even know what's in the bill. Literally, they're in Congress and they have no idea what's in the bill, but they're passing it. So the American people would have no chance in finding out. That sounds like absolute tyrannical government outlaw.
So what? So what? federal government do with our money? $700 billion for what? For more aid to other countries in the form of weaponry? Is that what it is? Which is basically just redistributing our money from taxpayers to weapons contractors and defense contractors.
Yeah, so
who's doing the most of that? Who's trying to propose all these bills? Who's trying to stop the bills? This is where we kind of clash. All right, Anna Kasparian. Because, yeah, it doesn't matter whether we're Republican or Democrat, but, you know, when it comes to certain issues, it really does matter. All right, the conservatives do not, I repeat, we do not, and we're totally against it. If only the crazy Democrats would stop trying to pass these bills. Look what they did to just look what Mike Johnson just did. Look what he did. Okay? They pressured this man. Okay? He looks like he's about to lose his mind. They pressured this man so hard. They probably blackmailed him. Who knows what they did? Got him to sign on to another aid package to the Ukraine, to Israel, all over the place. Nobody agreed to that. Okay, one thing was very clear that the conservatives do not want that. Okay, one side of this, okay, now whether you want to believe it or not, Chink Uger, one side of this does not want the spending. One side of this is trying to do the right thing. One side of this is trying to, stop the abortions. One side of this is trying to stop the crime. One side of this, okay? Both sides are not trying to do the same things here, bro. The reason why these bills get passed because somebody really wants them passed, okay? And that'd be the government party. The Democrats are the party of the government. They're not business owners. If you look on the conservative side, most of the conservatives are actually business owners, okay? That's why they're against all these spendings, okay? That's why they're against it. Chip Roy, Ron Paul, like guys like that, Byron Donalds. These people are business owners, like real business owners. We want to see less regulations, okay, less taxing on our money. And if you are going to tax us, how about doing some great things with the money? How about closing the border? One side of this is trying to do that, but one side of this is not trying to have it. And you guys have been accomplices to moving the train in the direction of corruption.
It bothers me. I can't sit here and talk about like, oh, the federal government needs more revenue when I've seen what they do with our revenue, Cenk.
Pausing here to deliver some honest truth as we do in our news coverage as well. TYT is facing challenges, guys, as the entire industry is. You know who could make the difference? You. If you hit the join button below, it's going to make all the difference and keep us in business. We appreciate you. Thank you. So there's two different things here, and this is really important, guys. So there is the issue of whether government is a good thing or a bad thing. And then there's the issue of this current government as it's constituted, this system that we're living under. Is that
when people say they want less government, I think it would be very clear about which branch of the government we're talking about. Which part of the government are we talking about? We're certainly not talking about law enforcement. We're certainly not talking about military. I guess, we're talking about the Nancy Pelosi's, the Chuck Schumers, the Mitch McConnells, the ones doing the most damage to the United States of America and profiting off of it. Okay? The ones bowing to the mob. The people responsible for signing over our money to foreign countries when we have no say in it. That's the government we're talking about, just to be clear.
A good thing or a bad thing, and does that spend our money right? So I think the right wing makes an absurd point that government is always bad. But okay, wait, you guys lately want cops, right? Cops are government. Firefighters, government. Schools, buildings. It's absurd to say government bad. Defense, government, etc. Social Security, Medicare, government. So of course it depends, right? But under this current system, and these two things are being conflated, and then I'm going to get to the political side of this in a second because it's really important. These two things are being conflated. This current government sucks. And it sucks, not because it's Biden. No, by current government.
Okay, so I watched Cenk Uygur talk about how bad Biden is. Why is Biden so bad then? Okay, if it's not because of Biden, okay, if it's not because of Biden, who is it because of? Yeah, there's a uniparty here that gets together to spend our money. But there's a really strong push from one side to have that being done every president in office. Biden is controlled, okay? So it is Biden. They're using his body, okay? They're using his clout from Obama. He still smells like Obama. That's why they're using Biden, okay? So it is because of Biden. And the reason why I say that it is because of Biden is because he's made decisions, okay, that affect people in their everyday life. Okay, so the government shouldn't have control over the entire economy like this. Okay, they have their corporations in their pockets. They shouldn't have this much power and control. Who's using it against the people? That's who we are looking at when you say conservatives are saying the government's bad. We're not stupid. We don't believe that all government is bad, obviously. It is the tyrannical government that is the Congress members of the Democrat Party, okay? The Congress members of the Republican Party that smooch with the lobbyists and the big corporations that we have a problem with. And they're making money on it also. Okay? Those are the ones we have problems with.
I don't mean right now. I mean the last 40, 50 years. And that's because our Supreme Court legalized bribery. And when they did, corporations that have the most money took over both parties. That's the whole thesis of my book, Justice is Coming, right? And I provide overwhelming evidence. And for those of you who are Democrats, I hate to break your heart, but they totally took over the Democratic Party as well. So now this current government is not a government of the people, by the people, for the people. It's of the corporations, by the corporations, for the corporations. So that's why we all hate it. And then get a load of this. That's genius on so many fronts by the corporations and the powerful, because it destroys the whole.
But a president could come in, such as Trump, okay? All right. Understanding that system that we have already intertwined in our government with the corporations, and could leverage that against the corporations, that which the people could benefit from lower taxes, less inflation, all right, while putting tariffs on other countries doing goods, sending goods here. All of those things help our economy. All right, foreign wars, funding foreign wars, it will never work. It's just a really bad deal. I remember Trump bringing troops home. Anybody else remember that? Okay. So this idea that it's an illusion here, it's not Biden's fault, or it's not, it's somehow only the corporations doing it. They're doing it because they're being allowed to do it. This could come to a stop very quickly. All right. There's no reason in the world the cost of our goods for the same goods here in the United States of America should go up by 3 times. All right. So I'm not trying to hear this. It's only, corporations and, no.
The whole point of the Democratic Party. The Republicans were also always for the rich. The Democrats were supposed to be for the average man, but they're not anymore. So that's a giant problem.
That is not true. That's just not true. All right. The Republican Party always wants to lower taxes. Why? For business owners, okay? Business owners help to grow the economy. Business owners help to employ. All right, you got small business owners, but it's the conservative business owners that they don't like, that they have a problem with, because we're just smarter with trying to pay lower taxes. We don't think that the government should take our tax dollars. See, the government wants to get paid a lot more money. All right, so they take it away from the conservatives. All right. every chance they get, they do that and create high regulations, making it really difficult for people to start a business because they want you to be dependent on the government. As I said, the Democrat Party is the party of big government. Okay, I don't care what these people are saying. The Democrat Party is the party of big government. All right, that's just plain and simple. The Republican Party, the conservatives, want to lower the amounts for entitlement programs. I would like to get rid of welfare. Honestly, I'd just like to get rid of it because I think it's just catering to a bunch of lazy people. All right. The conservatives don't believe in any of that. The Democrat Party, they love to give away welfare checks. They always have. OK, they always have given away a bunch of free money but it's not free. All right. The conservative starts off with the business. That's how it all starts. The conservative starts with a business idea, starts a business, grows a company. They get mad. They get jealous. And, you hire a bunch of liberal people and then they go against you and turn against you and call you greedy also. All right. But that's not the way it was designed. That's just not how it should be. And unfortunately, we let big corporations get out of hand, like your Walmarts. Like they move into a city and just take over the whole. Anybody with a small business, it just gets shut down. Okay, so certain corporations. Now there's some really good corporations. There's some big companies that are pretty decent. They're pretty good. They try to do things pretty good, but there are a lot of them that are just extremely liberal. Walmart's one of them. Target. These companies they're the ones doing the damage. All right, they feel like since they provide us with the products that they can go and lobby and buy everything in our Congress and in our government, that they put up all this money. They use our money against us. Plain and simple. That's exactly what they do. But that's just my take on it. I'm not a genius, but I know one thing is that the cost of everything is just out of control, and that's because of the things that Biden's done since he's been in office, like cutting our energy. Stopping a lot of drilling permits. We got enough oil here in the United States. We shouldn't have to go anywhere else, Venezuela or anywhere. Okay, so there are smart things we could do here in our own country, American-made products. Not everything is just. I mean, you walk in the store and it's just like Chinese everything. Everything made from China, and it's garbage. All of it's just garbage. We going to a store called Hobby Lobby here in West Virginia, and they have it's all American. They have the most amazing products, very nice quality. My wife goes there, and we do a lot of shopping there because we just do, and it's just American stuff, and it's so awesome. Okay, so a lot of our jobs are shipped overseas, and it's just ridiculous. We need to take back. And the way we do that, by the way, I know sometimes we just don't hear solutions, but the way we do this, the way we take the money and the power away from the government is to create our own small businesses. Stop spending money with these well-known brands that are really bad for you most of the times anyway. Start spending your money in places where things will be American-made, local. Okay, once these companies start seeing their dollar and their profits drop, they'll start to cater to the people more. They'll stop trying to do what they're doing. All right, we'll take the power back, but we can't let it get in their hands anymore. Okay, we've got to cripple some of these companies, and promote small businesses. I think some of the wrong people have big companies, and the devil's giving them a lot. That's what it looks like. A lot of liberals own a lot of these big companies, and they've just become savvy. Facebook, a lot of the social media platforms, they've gotten ahead of the game, and the conservatives have been just kind of sitting back and hoping that things work out well, trusting our money with a lot of liberal companies, and that's where we have the issue. But what they're saying about big government, and it being corrupt, yeah, there's a lot of truth in that. But there are two sides only. All right, there's always a pull for evil, and there's always a pull for good. You got some people pulling for good. They know what they're supposed to be doing. Their constituents send them there. Their voters send them there to do a job, and they get corrupted by Washington D.C. and they get blackmailed, or they get shut up. And it's just not we the people there, okay? It's them, the government. And that's how it goes. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe my videos. And until the next time, thank you. This has been Yup, I Said It.